Welcome to my second special Pride review for 2026. If you're new here, I'm doing reviews of queer and queer-coded horror movies every Saturday through the month of June to celebrate Pride. It's fun. Today we're doing a cult classic Canadian movie and I hope you enjoy it. Happy Pride! Greetings and welcome back to the 3-Minute Horror Show. My name is Ben, your host, and I love horror movies. In fact, I watch the bad movies so that you don't have to. You're welcome. Today I'll be reviewing the movie Ginger Snaps from 2000. The Fitzgerald sisters are weirdos. Very close and very weird. We love weirdos though, don't we folks? Anyways, Ginger is bitten by a furry humanoid wolf-type creature one evening and undergoes a change. And her sister Bridget needs to save her by whatever means necessary.
Wow!
This movie was directed by Canadian filmmaker John Fawcett and was written by Carol Walton and John Fawcett.
Oh my God!
They've both continued to work in movie and television to this day. Ginger Snaps is available to stream here in Canada on Amazon Prime, Crave, CTV, and Plex. Now Crave is our version of HBO, or whatever that's called now, so go check that service for this one, Americans. The Fitzpatrick sisters, Ginger and Bridget, are obsessed with death. They talk about it all the time, and they even take artistic staged photos of themselves in various stages of death and decomposition, using clever camera tricks and makeup. The photo montage they've created is quite impressive. This movie takes place somewhere in Canada, as evidenced by the myriad Canadian accents exhibited by the cast. Getting back to the sisters, though, they don't only fantasize about their own deaths, they also like to imagine their classmates dying as well. They aren't very popular, but they do have each other's backs. Someone in the town of Bailey Downs has been killing pet dogs. Not just killing them either, but totally eviscerating them. The sister's mom is played by Mimi Rogers, and she's pretty much the opposite of the two, brimming with naivety and toxic positivity. I honestly meant to review this movie last year during Pride, but I ran out of time. I'm kinda glad I didn't though, and here's why that is. I know a lot more now than I did a year ago. I'm better at writing my scripts, and I'm better at producing my videos. This movie is very special to a lot of people who are very close to me, and if I'm making a video about it, I want to make sure I do it right. And I feel like I'm in a place where I can do that now. If you have special memories or nostalgia for this movie, let me know about it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. One morning, Bridget gets knocked over and humiliated by a jock girl in gym class, and the sisters come up with a plan to kidnap their bully's dog. On their way, they encounter another brutalized animal. They have a short discussion, and Ginger is abducted by the creature that's been killing all the dogs. Can you guess what it is? Here's a hint. It rhymes with Werewolf. Anyways, it bites Ginger like a dozen times, and then it gets hit by a fast-moving truck, turning it into giblets. The giblets were still twitching, too. That was very well done. Ginger starts healing like immediately, so now she's a werewolf too. You know the drill. The Fitzgerald sisters do not want to become normal women. They hate that idea. It repulses them. They reject it completely. They like who they are, and why should they have to change to conform to societal norms? When Ginger becomes a werewolf, she is forced to change. But this is a change that's much more acceptable in her mind, bouncing outside of the gender binary completely and becoming something else entirely. She's transcended the heteronormative construct. It's a rebellion. Ginger starts to change, beginning with growing hair all over her body, and her personality changes as well. She also gets some pretty cool white streaks in her hair. All of a sudden she's interested in boys, and boys are interested in her as well. This causes a rift between her and her younger sister. Bridget forms an alliance with the drug dealer in town who drove the truck that killed the werewolf. He's entirely too old for her, but I suppose desperate times call for desperate measures, as now Ginger is growing a tail. Things go off the rails fast, as they typically do when someone is turning into a werewolf, and Bridget has big problems to deal with. Number 1 is curing her murderous sister. Number 2 is hiding her crimes, and number 3 is trying to save their relationship, all while dodging their parents. Will she be able to pull it off? I suggest you watch to find out. According to the IMDb, John Fawcett refused to use any CGI and insisted that all the effects were done practically. And for that, we thank him. It looks fantastic. Emily Perkins and Catherine Isabel are stars. They carry the movie on their performances, but Mimi Rogers, Jesse Moss, and Chris Lemke all make good contributions. Despite the low budget and the very dated, and very Canadian, script, this movie is absolutely worth your time.
Yes.
A true indie Canadian horror classic. I rate Ginger Snaps an 8 out of 10. As always, a link to my letterboxd appears in the video's description. Please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does boost my engagement and helps my channel grow. Smell you later, nerds!
Oh my God. You killed Norman.